Are you thinking about moving to Acton, Massachusetts? Are you trying to understand where Acton is and what it's all about? I'm based in the Metro West area of Boston, which is about a half hour away from Acton. And Acton is one of the towns that I help buyers and sellers find the answers to their real estate dreams, help the buyers buy, and sometimes help sellers sell. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about everything you need to know about Acton, Massachusetts. We're going to talk about schools, real estate, and fun things to do. I'm Jane. Welcome to my channel, Living in the Boston Burbs with Jane. And this channel is all about living in Metro West. So if you're thinking about moving here, please give me a call. I've had lots of buyers find this channel helpful and then reach out to me to help them find the just right house. And it's been a really great adventure. And I thank you, those people who have called me. So today we're talking about Acton. So Acton is a good sized suburb of about 24,000 people. And there's lots of really fun things to do, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But just to give you an idea of where it is, it's northwest of Boston. So it's about a 40-minute drive if you're driving when there's no traffic. It's not a bad commute via commuter rail. I had a friend who lived in Acton and he worked at Harvard, and he used to say that his dream would be to commute in 4 hours and commute out 4 hours because he got so much done on the train. But it was pretty easy for him to get to Harvard. It was easy to get to downtown Boston, and it's a very pretty town. It's Route 2, which is a 4-lane highway, runs east to west in Massachusetts, kind of north of the turnpike, and it runs right through Acton. And it's surrounded by Concord and Carlisle, Littleton and Boxborough. And we'll talk about Boxborough in a minute. But a couple of my favorite things to do and things I always recommend buyers check out are the Discovery Museum. There's a fantastic kind of science museum in the burbs. And when my kids were little, we spent many an hour there. And there's actually 2 buildings. There's one geared towards younger children. There's like a Lego room and a jungle room. And then there's one for kids, I would say 8 to 15, which has more sophisticated science experiments, kind of really cool things to do. So that is a highlight you don't want to miss. There's a terrific farm called Idlewild Farm. And my broker in my office is so in love with the ice cream at this place that anytime anyone has a showing or she hears they're going to be out there, we have to stop at Idlewild Farm and get her this specific kind of ice cream and pie. So they have really good pies and ice cream. Another great place to check out is the Arnold Arboretum, which is a beautiful place to stroll and see gorgeous trees and flowers. Well, maybe not now, but anytime the leaves are out. So more of a rural is a strong word, but it's a leafy suburb with larger lots. You're definitely going to spend some time in the car getting from neighborhood to neighborhood. Not a huge downtown center. There's a couple little villages that are great places to shop and grab a cup of coffee, but the more shopping is more like a mini mall situation. The first house I'm going to share with you sold in March of 2024 for $629,000. It was on River Street and has 3 beds and 2.5 baths. It's built in 1960 and has kind of a cool stone foundation around what was definitely once upon a time a front porch that someone enclosed. Like almost half an acre. Here is that inside that porch. You can tell that it was originally probably like a screened or an open porch because you can see that the front of the house was once the exterior wall. But a nice place to take off your boots, put your coat, and just really pretty, charming, nicely updated. The living room has access to a nice deck. The kitchen was very pretty. Some granite countertops, stainless appliances, nice and light and bright. So for $629,000, this is a good amount of house. So you can see by just going 20 miles further out of Boston, your dollar goes a lot further. And we're going to talk about the schools in a minute too, but people definitely move here because the schools are so outstanding. This even has a family bath. It has a laundry in the powder room. That's something you do see. Very good old actually it's the full bath. Yankee ingenuity. You just do all your plumbing things in one room. But that was $629,000 in the first quarter of 2024. The next house we're going to talk about was on for $898,000 and it had multiple offers and closed for over $1 million. So we have seen a lot of that in this first quarter of 2024. Multiple offers, homes going over asking, especially if they're in excellent condition and well priced to start. This house was built in 1960 and it's got almost an acre of land, 4 beds, 3.5 baths. So I'm just going to hop to the pictures because that's way more fun. Okay, so here's the rear. It has this beautiful beautiful screened porch. I just love this. And we did get a little bit of snow this year, but I have to tell you, I can count on one hand the number of days that we had this much snow in our backyard. It's kind of crazy. So, but this is a really pretty house, nicely updated. I like this natural trim. There's a fireplace here and just a very comfortable house. So the homes that tend to go wildly over asking, like this one, are in move-in condition and show beautifully. I always encourage my sellers to try to put their buyer goggles on and declutter and clear and freshen and touch up paint and all this, because you want your house to look like this, like nobody ever makes a mess or leaves 85 things on the countertop, even though we all do in real life. But this house showed beautifully, and that contributed to it going so much over asking. So very nice space. And look upstairs, you got these nice, typical of the 60s, you got these, I want to say almost like a skylight window from that, and that it's technically a skylight because it's on the ceiling, but really pretty. I like this little landing on the second floor, good office space. And I'm going to tell you that this is staged because no one can live this perfectly, but a good deal for $1 million. So again, for $1,020,000 to have 3 beds, 2.5 baths, Acton, and get some yard, Acton is a good bet. Now, the third house I'm going to show you is brand new construction, which is in a new development that was built not too far from the center of town called Hawks Crest. So this is nice because people could shop off the map and then you can pick your own finishes. It's rare in Acton to have this many new homes built in a cul-de-sac. It's interesting, we just don't have a lot of open land. So a lot of times new construction is lots that they tore down an old house and put up a new house. So it's nice to have this little community. And then you can see what it looked like when they were all under construction. There's probably house number 5. Acton is a lot of septic. There's not a lot of town sewer, something to know, which I've talked about in other videos. If you have questions about that, leave me a comment and I'll be sure to link you to one of my videos where we talked a lot about what a septic system is and what you need to know about it. And the finishes on these new construction homes are just gorgeous. This is Seal Harbor is the builder, and they put pictures of another project so buyers could understand what their finishes will look like, and beautiful finishes. Open concept, tall ceilings, custom cabinetry that goes all the way up to the ceiling with glass fronts up here, and beautiful hardwood floors. So this is a really nice, well-known builder who does an excellent level of finish. And interestingly, so this has been a big trend in the last couple of years, these floating shelves and much more minimalist finishes. Here we are in colonial New England. The exterior of the house is definitely a colonial, but the trend has been away from colonial style trim and much more minimalist and modern and simple is trending right now. And this house delivers. Nice stone fireplace. It's always an extra cost to the builder to add these transom windows above oversized windows. So another sign of a really good quality build when they're doing nice custom windows. And wouldn't it be great to be sitting here with greenery on 3 sides? But remember, these are similar to be built. So this is not the actual house that was for sale. Another trend we've seen in the last couple of years is barn doors. It'll be interesting to see if that trend sticks around. And this has a built-in fireplace, which looks to me to be electric, but I'm not 100% sure. And soaking tubs have gotten quite popular, really deep, less about the jet tub and more about the soaking tub. And we've also seen natural wood tones coming back. So it's interesting that this master or primary bath has a natural wood tone vanity, and then they have 2 tones on the floor. So that has gotten away from the white marble that we've seen. And this is another option for a primary bath. You're not going to get 2 baths with big soaking tubs unless you pay a lot of extra. Another barn door with a little makeup station. So interestingly, this home was on in the 1.4s and sold for over $2 million. So at first you might think, what? That's crazy. But there was an option to finish the lower level and also add a sunroom. So my guess is that these buyers came along and customized it quite a bit and upgraded what they were getting. So that is reflected in that price from 1.5 to just over $2 million. So if you're thinking about moving to Acton, please reach out, as I would love to help, and let's get a conversation started. And if you're curious about what the process is to work with me and to help you find your just right home in Greater Boston, we'll start with an introductory phone call or Zoom call where I get a sense of what exactly you're looking for and what your timing looks like. And I will help you get connected to a lender if you don't already have one, because that's critically important in this super tight market. We are seeing a little more inventory come on. Interest rates are still high, but buyers have adjusted to the higher interest rates, but there's still a lot of competition for every home. So we have to formulate a strategy to make sure that we are successful in finding you just right home. We talk about your wants and needs, your price points, and then we have the fun of actually getting in the car and visiting homes in person to see which homes work best for you and your family. Once we identify the just right home, I will help you craft a competitive offer to help you be successful to meet your real estate goals this year in 2024. If you have questions or thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.